Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to ALPOUGH. Here we are in October again. Now we're starting our 7th month here on the ALPOUGH show here. Thank you so much for all those who will be coming in now and those who will be coming in later. It's interesting today, Facebook, which I post on, three Facebook pages, and Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram are down right now. So it's kind of interesting here. And it's still down as far as I can see. So today is kind of weird in the sense that something's going on. Something is definitely going on. I just went and checked again, and things are getting really, really strange today, which I think brings a really good time today. Today's topic is love rules, love tools. And the reason why I posted this, because I wanted to talk about this, was because my wife and I, Tracy, we just celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary. And we've been together now for 7 years, and we're going into our 6th year now. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about our relationship, but again, the things that I want to give you some tools. If you're having, this is not just about being in a marriage, this is about being in a relationship. And if you don't know, and if you've not been in one, that hasn't worked out for you. It can be many or whatever. But again, I want to give you some inspirational things that I want to share with you on having some tools here, some rules that you want to go in, you want to have established before you get into a monogamous relationship. So, number one, a healthy love. Okay. If it doesn't feel healthy before you get monogamous, you should probably, understand what healthy love is. All right. We're going to go down this on what that kind of means. But a healthy love is is what you're looking for. It can't just be love, because love has rules. You've read about it, what love is. All right, and I've talked about them here on the show. So this brings me to number 2, complete trust. Okay, if you don't have healthy love, you don't have complete trust, then you're going to have some issues. And you can see those things before you decide to get into a monogamous relationship, whether or not it's marriage or just being together as monogamous. Okay, number 3 is acceptance. If the person can accept you where you are, in with what all of us is we're in an imperfect state. There's times when things are going really good, and there's times when things are not going good. And within that context, within that framework, within that healthy love, within that complete trust, then we come to what is acceptance. So these 3 keys here are the absolute truth. Number 4, reactions. Reactions are extremely important. How you react to each other's situation is absolutely the key. And so the way you react to someone is not in anger. Okay, it is in this complex of healthy love, and the complete trust and the acceptance. So your reactions come from this first. Come from before you react, you know that you love the person, you trust them, and you accept them. And so your reactions will depend on how you keep these first 3 things together. All right. Now, number 5, disagreements are healthy. You're going to have disagreements. I don't know. I don't think we had our first fight for a year. But I knew it was coming. I knew it's like, hey, we really get along. Well, you don't really know someone until you have a disagreement. And when you have the disagreement can be, you can do it as healthy as possible. And so you have the rules about arguing. Okay? And displacing anger is not healthy. So when you're in this disagreement, you want your reactions to be healthy. Displacing anger is not. Because what's going to happen is the person will not talk to you. You're going to cut literally your relationship in half by how you react. And reacting angry is not going to be the thing that gets you anywhere. Okay? So, which brings us to number 7, that kindness is a gift. So how your reactions could be. Your reactions could be when you first think of this now. How you react, you're going to go through the equation of what sets your relationship up, which is healthy love, which is complete trust, which is acceptance, which knowing that disagreements are healthy, and knowing that you want to hold back this anger because you want to be kind to the person. See, the world is not kind. See, sometimes people think of kindness as weakness. Now, it shouldn't be in a relationship. Kindness should be a gift. Number 8, daily encouragement. Daily encouragement. We all need encouragement every day. We all need support. This world is not giving us encouragement. So the one person that you want to get it from is the person that you're the most vulnerable with. Because that's home. The home of each other's heart. And with that said, daily encouragement is the most important, or one of the most important things that you should have in a relationship. Number 9, be aware of triggering conflicts. This happens with money. This happens with, family. This happens at things at work. You come home and you're going to take it out on the person that you love. That's not healthy. So you always want to be aware of the triggering conflicts and how you're going to handle them. For example, money. Everyone needs money. Everyone is in a financial pinch, or someone around you is in a financial pinch. These things are happening all the time. So this is here to what? It is here. This whole division here is about triggering us. What are they triggering us into? Division. Okay? Division. Anger. Right there is enough in this division. Okay? So it's very important that we have a healthy space. A healthy space that goes back to the top 3 or 4 of love and acceptance and trust. And so it's very important to have a healthy space and have certain rules about, how you want it set up. So just to give you one thing, it's like there is no television in the bedroom. Okay, we don't watch TV in the bedroom. Okay, there's no distractions in the bedroom unless it's a little some music or something like that. But having a healthy space. So we each have our own space. We're very fortunate to have that. So that is one of the things that we want to make sure that each other has. And then the space that we share together is also healthy too. Number 11, individual experiences equal diversity. Individual experiences equals diversity. Now, the thing is, our lives were completely different growing up. So Tracy and I, we didn't meet each other until, our 50s. So we'd already had a full life, so to speak. She'd already had children and raised her kids. Me, I hadn't, but I'd been a bachelor for a long time, and so we brought in different experiences, which we brought together. Tracy was in the military. She brought that experience in, even working with the place that she's working at now. So instead of being so different, it's like it brings about a different diversity. I didn't know things about, let's just say, the military. She was in it for 20 years. Before she met me, she never even heard of Burning Man. And so these diverse experiences, we both have equally benefited from it. So, my diversity, my experiences are now her experiences. So we brought all our experiences together. And even though we're so different, the individual experiences has completed this circle of diversity within our relationship. Number 12, overthinking expectations. A person can't be the end all, be all. Okay? For each person. So the expectations when you have expectations, they have to be logical expectations. Okay? I'm not going to dunk a basketball unless it's 6 feet. All right? It just can't, it's not going to happen. So overall, expectations should be limited, and you build a base from the things that you can do. Number 13, complete honesty. This is one of the most important things. Honesty is extremely important. If you're not honest, and guys, you trip out when a woman lies. Believe me, the woman trips out when you lie. Because what it does is, and I think this goes to both sexes, is either your relationship is honest or it's a lie. And once, this establishment, this is in any relationship, when a person lies to you and you catch them in it, then this could cause damaging trust that can't be gotten back. Now, yes, you could forgive, of course, but nobody forgets. So complete honesty, transparency, which was one of the goals that I wanted to have. One of the goals of having was being transparent. And I've said that. I'm going to, and again, being transparent takes practice. You have to practice it, being transparent, because we're all kind of raised to hold back. And also we have trauma in our lives from traumatic events. So some things, you want to hide. But the whole thing, if it's about acceptance and about, dealing with the past and bringing your diverse experiences in, some of the experiences you don't want to talk about. But you don't ignore them either. You might say, I don't want to kind of go into that because it triggers something in yourself and you don't want that. But again, complete honesty. Number 14, apologies. When you're wrong and you can't apologize, this is not being completely honest. Okay? So, a lot of people, and if you've met them yourself, they couldn't apologize if you paid them $1 million. They don't want to be called an apologist because of themselves seeing themselves that everything they do is in perfection mode. But if you're in a relationship, if you can't apologize, your relationship is destined to fail without a doubt because nobody's right every single time. Nobody. Number 15, daily affection. Daily affection. I met my wife, and when I met her, what was it, 2013? When I met her, we met at an event, and I was introduced to her, and she gave me a hug. And I went, whoa, that was a hug. That's how she got me on the first hug. So, affection is everything. Touching, we're not just talking about sex, we're talking about affection, contact. If all you do is the thing that you have affection is sex, that ain't going to do it. It's the affection during the day. So, we hug a lot, we touch a lot, and also we tell each other. Our rule is, well, if you don't have anything to say, just say, I love you. If you don't have anything to say, if you're going to say that thing you don't want to say that instead. I love you. Okay? That's affection. A woman wants to know that she is loved by you telling her that, by you holding her hand, by you making eye contact, by you making her laugh. This is affection. So there's so many ways that affection really, really works. But daily affection is one of the top requirements. Okay? Number 16. This is very important, guys and girls, but again, it's mostly for the guys. The single days are over. Single days are over, guys. You can't do what you used to do. You can't go to strip clubs. Okay? I mean, there's certain things that are over. Well, women have to know that too. All right? I'll go into this another time about being single. This is a whole nother subject, which I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be teaching a lot of men classes here. Because I think the women are pretty good, except for their damage and trauma through the traumatic events. But men, we got to get it together. 17, making up for the past. You cannot, making up for the past is not your mate's job. This isn't your job. You can't expect someone to make up for the past relationships that you were in. You'll be paying for it for the rest of your life. So one of the number one rules you should do is open the front door and symbolically go, we leave the past outside. The past is the past. We start on our moment underneath what we decide. And these are things that we have talked about. Okay? So making up for the past is not your mate's job. All right? Number 18, judging your past. Judging your past is not your mate's job. Once you step over the line, the past is done. So making up for your past and judging your past is not your mate's job. Number 19, appearance. Appearance is very important. You know, yes, you're casual with your mate, and you can be. But your appearance is very important. It shows that you care for your mate. Looking good. I'm clean shaven. You know? My wife, she puts on makeup. She doesn't even have to. She looks great. But again, we do these things so that we can tell each other how beautiful we look. And that is so important. Your appearance. Number 20, supporting each other's life goals. Supporting each other's life goals. In a relationship is a two-way street. And you're both going one way, by the way. You're going your way and the other person's way, but at the same time, you meet in the middle of the road. So, supporting each other's life goals doesn't end. Because what's going to happen if one is supporting the other more than the other one's getting support, then they're going to feel like they're behind the person, and it just doesn't work. So the whole thing is when you get together, when you say, I'm here to help you reach your life goals. This is very important. This is all said beforehand, before we got into this. You still have goals. I want to help you reach those goals. Because you reaching your goals helps us both. It keeps the relationship on a good, even keel. And it allows each person to continue their development in a secure relationship. Number 21, equality. This goes into that, an extension of what that is. Equality. That each person in the relationship is equal. Now, for us, we have an expression here, the right person for the job. Okay? The right person for the job. I have a saying, I don't need to be right, but I need to get it right. It doesn't mean that I have to be right. It means I want to get it right. And even if that is wrong, and then to learn what the right way is, it's okay. Because when each person is, when there's the equality, when everyone is equal, and this applies for you, men. Maybe when you go outside the door, it doesn't look like it's equality, but in your home, but in the equality is each person playing what their role is. And the result of that is equality. Now, finally, family. family is extremely important. Even if you don't get along with them, get to know each other's family. Even if the family at first doesn't accept you. Well, I have a rule for that too. To know me is to love me. So you give me a chance, I believe anybody could like me. But family is extremely important. And for us, it is. And each one of our families knows the other person's, knows each other. I could swear, man, my family like my wife more than they like me. That's not equality, man. No. Hell, I like my wife more than I like me too. So these are 22 things. Listen, I could go on. I literally had 50. But I know my time, I like to keep it under the time that I have. So right now I got some time and I've got some comments. Great. Hey, Amanda. Hello, honey. Nope, never our time. Nope, never our time. Trying to figure out what that is. Yeah. Complete honesty is a work in progress. Daily communication is a priority. That's a great point. It is something that you have to learn, right? We both had to learn it because we both were older and we'd already, in our own way, were stuck in our ways. But you got to unstuck when you get married, when you get in a monogamous relationship where it's just you two. Honesty is a daily thing because we all change. Our days are different. I didn't know Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, I post on all these, are down. They've been down. This is weird. So everything is its own work in progress. So everything that I have said today is a work in progress. You do not get it down. It's always a work in progress. Great message. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Trauma is always around, causes issues with honesty and transparency. So we all went through trauma. Tracy did 3 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. That is something that was very traumatic and, left trauma, not just for her, but for all her military brothers and sisters. But then here's the real issue, because everyone gets out of the military, and who gets the trauma thrown at them? It's their mate. So this is all part of being patient and being honest and knowing that you can say what you want, but if you don't want to say it, it's okay too. But you're being honest about it. And I respect that. Yes, we met in 2013. I remember it was June 5th, somewhere in that range. It was on a Friday. I remember. First Friday in 2013. I remember. Amanda's so true. Making up for the past is not an expectation in a current relationship. This is very true. You cannot make up for the past. We both agreed on that. I'm not expecting you to make up for the past for me, Tracy. I'm not expecting you to make up for the past for me, Michael. We're going to take it and live in the moment. Unconditional love with healthy boundaries. Great point. Great point. Unconditional love with healthy boundaries. I love that. I should have wrote that down. Why didn't you tell me to write that down, Amanda? Oh, Oh, that's right. You wanted to say it. Great point. So true. My family loves you. That rhymes. You should be a rapper. Yes. And my family loves you. Sometimes I think more than me. But again, I'll take it. No TV in the bedroom. Yeah, you said TV in the bedroom, but, no TV in the bedroom. So. Yeah, we have to make fun of all this stuff. It's hard not to, take things so serious. When this is another thing, and I didn't write this down, but I wanted to write this down. Get over yourself. You got to get over yourself. It's as simple as that. You got to get over yourself. Once you get over yourself, you're halfway through in a relationship. Okay? Part of your whole personality changes. In the good way. When you have these, what did you say? When you have this unconditional love with healthy boundaries, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Now, most of us haven't learned healthy boundaries. And that's where the total honesty comes in. Okay? Because as Tracy says, trauma is always around. The trauma, remember, is inside of you. Trauma is inside of you from the result of traumatic events in your life. What's left is the trauma. What is trauma? It's a thought. How much does it weigh? How about the size of an elephant? Or the weight of a feather? It's what you decide. The weight of that trauma. Part of being with someone you love is they're here to go through the trauma with you so that you can have unconditional love with healthy boundaries. And with that, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate your time. I'll be posting to Facebook here in a little bit here. I don't know. We'll just see. I don't know. Is Facebook even coming back? We'll have to see. So I will see you tomorrow on ALPOUGH. That's me. Call me Comet. I'm calling out my love because I'm an adult of my spirit, my mind, my body, my thought, my love, my emotions. And I give love to you. See you tomorrow. Same time.